This is a photo tech coming directly to you through the power of the internet via the YouTube video sharing platform. And this is not a news video. This is just a video just to sit down, take a moment, and think about something. We are each day getting closer and closer to Nintendo NX announcement. We are most definitely getting closer to the release date of the Nintendo NX, which is sometime in March. The representatives of Nintendo of Canada have stated that Nintendo is not ready to talk about the Nintendo NX, as they either don't have it worked out or it just happens to not be the time. But we are not entirely certain when Nintendo will announce the Nintendo NX, show the concept off to us, and then the campaign starts for your dollars. And to reflect upon the moment, this is a moment before we know of the gaming device or devices. Let's just be honest, it's basically we know something is coming, we just don't exactly know what it is. However, many rumors speculate revolving around a portable device that is boosted when connected to a dock or something else, and then projects up on the big screen in 4K or 2K or whatever. Because it changes from rumor to rumor. And to be quite frankly, these are all rumors. I report on them from time to time. And quite simply, they are still rumors. They may be true, they may be false. Many websites that many people talk about, many people who talk about other people who will leak stuff, say like, say Eurogamer, say, yeah, they're a gaming journalism website. The information they are going to obviously release is going to be good. And they have been incorrect in the past. And then there's been Emily Rogers, who has been incorrect multiple times in the past. And there's been multiple people who have been incorrect multiple times in the past, throughout the history. And they will continue to give out bad information. However, we truly do not know exactly what is bad information until the day arrives in which it is then clear it is bad information. Think about that. We truly don't know until we know. Now, to sit down and think about it for a moment here, what do we truly need in a gaming platform? Well, many people very much are into the whole graphics and raw power. For me, it's a device, you put a game in it, you play it online, you play it offline, multitude of styles of games. All I really want, as far as power is concerned, is a device that allows for a broad range of game concepts to be made real in game and have a nice selection from that to pick from. And it's hard to say whether cramming more CUDA cores into a graphics processor or more teraflops truly gives you all that. To be honest, if we were just simply happy with basic pixel art, and we just simply focused on the gameplay mechanics, we could get by on far less on the graphical power of the system and have so much bigger, more immersive, expansive. Two different things: immersive and expansive. Depth versus width. Depth versus width. Uh, Density of features and range of features. And sometimes we continue to chase down a path that is not always necessarily the most efficient. The question is, what will the next generation bring to us? As we move forward looking at the other side, Sony and Microsoft, it is more or less a refinement or an updated version of the current model, which is interesting in itself. It's just almost the more natural motion for them. Oddly enough, that would be just the thing for them, is that, the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, you're just simply just upping the level of graphics. You should generally just have that natural evolution, sort of like a PC or something like that. Where, even PCs are not like what I'm thinking. See, this one box or this one family of boxes where you buy a game for it at some point in its life, and the newer versions of that box should be able to play said game, and it will continue forward for many, many generations with greater ease. And this is sort of the idea behind Steam, where you have a platform, which is Steam. You play your games from that, and the computer is merely just doing a lot of the side work on it. Well, let's not get too much into the thoughts of that. But you basically just have a large library of games. You just simply buy a newer PC or build a better PC, and you take your entire past library and move it over onto your new PC. And that is also a very tantalizing, interesting concept to go down. And yet there's also just a lot of issues that occur within that as well. And then there's also just the general staleness or generic nature of that. Uh, Watching a lot of people talk or show off a lot of stuff about Steam, there's an incredible amount of Me Too stuff. What I mean by Me Too stuff is like one team of developers is successful with one type of game, and then all of a sudden there's 1,000 variants of that game, and 750 of them are pure crap. And just swapping the name back and forth, using the term simulator attached, all kinds of other stuff. And it's just simply asset swaps and just copy paste ideas. And I kind of don't like just that level of just tossing cheap garbage down a hole like that. I kind of like having a bit more quality built into it, which is usually where I usually just sit around on the console side of things. Uh, yeah. Well, to think about it this way, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are basically gated PCs, and as I said many times before, uh, as it's become apparent that there's this shift in generations, that Sony may just simply make an updated version of the PlayStation 4. However, Sony has stated that the PS4 Pro is the last new version of said system. This is quite possibly incorrect, as Sony may only be saying that as to just get people to buy the PS4 Pro and not try to hold out for the better version coming further down the line. And then we're talking about upgrading PCs, upgrading consoles on a constant cycle. A lot of people kind of get that bug uppity kind of feel about, every so many years I had to go buy a new video game console just so I can play the newest games. Why do we have to keep doing this? Well, PC gamer answer is no, you just stop buying consoles, you go PC, and you just upgrade the PC every so many years. And the truth be told, the real reason why we're constantly updating consoles and PCs is just nothing more than the fact that people keep wanting higher resolution, more range of colors, faster processing, more frames per second. And if people just simply, sat down and decided, you know what, the 16-bit era graphics was good enough as it is. Let's not bother with this 3D thing. Then the question is, in that parallel universe, what would gaming evolve into? Think about that for a moment. Would we continue to advance in the serious number of processing power and price points, or would it just simply be that all our gaming devices would be just portable devices and we'd be fine with it? It's just something to think about. You know, as we move forward, sometimes we just stop and wonder, perpetually buying new consoles, new handhelds, new upgrades for PCs. At what point does it seriously improve the quality of the game to be able to pump out a slightly higher resolution on your screen? Truly, if it's all about the game, it's just us having fun, and do we truly need higher resolution for that? Personally, for me, between resolution and frames per second wins out, hands down. Uh, you say, okay, I will cap you at 720p, but you can have 90 frames per second, and I will take that. I would be super happy for that. That would be awesome. That is better response time when you're playing a game. You see things quicker. The animations will be more fluid. Why the perpetual chase of higher resolution. Because quite truly, if you if you follow all the research on resolution and everything else, everything from above 1080p is kind of pointless. The only point where 4K, 2K, 4K really becomes worth having is if you're in your teens and your TV screen is in the 70-inch range. 70, 80, 90. I personally sat down, I went to Best Buy, and I didn't sit down, I walked around Best Buy, and I looked at a 1080p TV. And I looked at a 4K TV. And they both looked equally good. And I basically sat down and just thought about it. I'm sitting or standing more than 5 or 6 feet away from the TV. They both look good. Now, the only time I could ever really see the pixel difference is if you walk up to the TV within a foot of the screen and look at the screen specifically in a spot to see the pixels. Now, in everyday use, why would you do that? You sit 4 or 5 feet away from your TV. In fact, you really should sit 4 or 5 feet away from your TV and enjoy your game. And if you're having fun, you'll naturally become engrossed in the game, and the difference between 720p and 1080p or 2K or 4K is gonna just simply wash away, and you'll just have fun. And as Satoru Iwata once said, video games are meant to be one thing: fun for everyone. Maybe the rumors are right. Maybe Nintendo is going in the direction of handhelds. They are moving away from home consoles towards handhelds because the direction in which consoles are going is a rat race straight into a dead end. Because really, what was 4K? 4K and 3D are basically just something that TV manufacturers came up with to sell you more TVs, to get you to upgrade to a better TV. When a 720p or 1080p TV, 30, 40, 50 inch TV, more than good for the most part. Go a little bit bigger, but if you have the space to go bigger, awesome for you. 4K only really kicks in when you are in a much larger screen. HDR is awesome. High dynamic range. Better range of colors. Darker blacks, lighter blacks. Broader range. Straight up. That's just awesome. Better gradient. Greater contrast. Well, I rambled on enough on this video. If you have any thoughts on what your natural expectation of what is enjoyable, what you truly want to see in a quality gaming system, like, you don't care about high resolution, you just want nice frames per second, excellent connectivity, that's good. You want something with high resolution or more internal storage, awesome. Are you really just starting to slide more like me towards portable devices like the 3DS, smartphone, the PlayStation Vita? and pull out my old Game Boys and the PSP every so often, and the Game Gear? Are you truly sliding towards handhelds like I am, or portable devices? Or are you truly one of those people that, much like Adam Korlick, is all about the big screens and the high resolution? I am really interested. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching my video. Consider subscribing to my channel. In a future video, if nothing happens major on Saturday, which is now, today is Saturday, but I mean later Saturday, and Sunday and Monday, if nothing major happens, I'm gonna do 3 videos all about sales charts for Japan. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening or awesome morning.